Ah, the dandelion, spring's first sign of life, the weed that we must get rid of. The only thing to do with these are to use Roundup and destroy them. They ruin our grass.
Wait a minute. No, let's not do that. There's so many better things to do with dandelions. To make this salad, you just need a few simple ingredients. Dandelion greens, blue cheese, candied walnuts, pear, extra virgin olive oil, aged balsamic vinegar, and salt. First, we're going to start by making the candied walnuts. To make the candied walnuts, you'll need a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, a 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 cup of chopped walnuts or halves, 1 egg white, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. To start, you're going to put your egg white into a bowl and whisk it. You'll want to whisk this until it's frothy, and it may take a little bit. This has been cut. It took me about 1.5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes to whisk it until it was frothy. So once we have it at this frothy state, we're going to gather up our sugar and our spices. We'll scrape those all into the bowl, getting every little last bit of it. Next, we'll add our walnuts. And then what we'll do is we'll take our spatula and we're going to stir them around to make sure that the walnuts are fully coated with the sugar and the egg whites. The egg whites are pretty loose and liquidy, so you want to have them have a nice gloss on them. After that, we're going to get it onto our sheet tray with a little bit of parchment paper, and we're going to spread out our walnuts as best we can. So you want to spread them out so they don't stick together. After we have those on the sheet tray, we're going to put them in a 300-degree oven and bake them for about 30 minutes. So while you're doing those last steps, make sure you heat your oven up. When they come out, they should look like this. While the walnuts are in the oven, we want to get the rest of this salad together. So while those walnuts are cooking, we'll cut our pear up. I like this to do kind of a large slice on them. Then we will crumble up our blue cheese. This is Jasper Hill's blue cheese. It's pretty mild, so any blue cheese that you like, you can grab. Now, to build the salad, we're going to start with our bowl, and we're going to add our greens right into it. And when we're adding our oil and our balsamic, what I like to do is I like to go around the rim of the bowl. And what this does is it prevents the oil from getting heavily dressed on all the leaves. And when you use it on the side of the bowl, you can kind of get your leaves to absorb some of that oil and that vinegar in a little bit of a more even fashion. Then we just mix that up with a nice pair of tongs and try to make sure that every leaf is coated. And dandelion greens are a little bit bitter, and make sure you put a little salt on there and stir that in. And dandelion greens are a little bit bitter, so you want to make sure that they're coated well. Now to plate the dish, I grabbed a rectangle, and I'm just going to put the greens right into kind of a V shape here. And once I have that on the plate, I'll add my pear. I'm just kind of doing a random fashion, kind of letting it fall wherever it goes, choosing a spot, and if it falls, it falls. And now I'm just sprinkling on the blue cheese, same thing, just let it kind of fall in place to wherever you like it to go. And lastly, we finish it off with our walnuts. So these have cooled down a bit. They come out of the oven very hot, but with that egg white on it, it comes out pretty nice. So here are the ingredients that you'll need. You need dandelion greens, and if you don't want to use those and don't feel comfortable getting dandelion greens, use arugula or spinach, whatever you like. The candied walnuts, any type of blue cheese that you like, extra virgin olive oil, balsamic, your pears, and salt.